Hi friends, welcome to my channel Code to Test. So do visit my website code2test.com where you will come up with different tutorials in automation testing like Selenium, APM, Maven, SOAP UI, etc. Coming towards the tutorial part. So today we are going to learn automation zoom, touch and multi-touch action on Android device using APM. So to start with this tutorial, let's look at the application we are taking it to automate this part. So today I'm casting my mobile. So this is what I've casted my mobile. This is an application. This is a multi-touch tester. So over to this application, whenever I touch anywhere with the number of fingers, it will give me the number digit. So as I touch with single finger, it give me one. If I touch with two, give me two. And subsequently, I get with multi-touch, it will give me the numbers of multi-touch performed. So it gave me four. So over to this, I'll try to automate this one. And as I automate this one, the number of touch action I perform to this application, it will give me the result. Along with, I'll try to put the zoom. I'll take my coordinates from somewhere over here to this one, to somewhere over here. So this will also be covered to this tutorial. Okay. So let's go to the tutorial part. So just create a class, and then over this class I have added few variables along with capabilities. When I say variables, I have defined my Android driver named as a driver, and similarly I have defined desired capabilities. So inside the desired capabilities we have defined device name, UDID, platform name, platform version, and the APK path. So when I say device name, I have defined somewhere this one, and UDID this one. So if you want to check the name or UDID of your device, just go to your CMD command prompt. Okay, so under this command prompt, you just have to type adb commands, so like adb dot devices. As you type this and click to enter button, you see that your device uh, has been shown it over here 219216BF. So overhead you can define this over here, and similarly for UDID also you can define the same name. And my platform is Android, version is 9, and this is my APK. So I kept my APK inside APK folder. Let me show you somewhere over here. This is my folder, and all my APKs are residing inside this one. So when I say system.getProperty.user.dir, I'm giving the path. Return me the path of my project, and after that it will go to my APK. So let's start with the coding part. When I say I'm automating this mobile application, this so the initially strategy is to check the dimension to get the size of this application, the width and the height of an application. So how will I do that? To perform this, I call my driver dot manage dot window dot, I'll call the method get size. It will return me the dimension class. So I'll provide dimension, name the reference variable as dim. Okay, after calling it dim, so my first, what I will do is I'll perform more than one touch action. That is just taking an example, two touch action. When I say two touch action, I'll first touch I'll perform somewhere over here, and second touch I will perform somewhere over here. So in these touches, I have firstly to this first touch, I'll take my coordinate from here to somewhere over here to this destination, and to my second touch, I'll point it over here and take move it somewhere over here. So you can see that four coordinates would be created. X and Y coordinates of my source first touch, and XY coordinate of my destination first touch. Similarly, the XY coordinates of my second touch along with the destination touch. So this is what I need to perform. So I called my dimension. Uh, let's get the width of the dimension. Dot width, it will return me an integer. Okay. Similarly, I have to call the height. It will also return me the integer. After that, what I need to do is I have to create the x coordinates. I have to create the x coordinates. My first touch somewhere over here, somewhere over here. So when I say over here, it's, I guess it's the first x coordinates, and this is the 50% of my width, that is zero point 0.5 approx. When I say 1 is my strength and this is zero point 0.5. So let me take the x coordinate, multiply zero point 0.5, take it inside a bracket, name it as first touch x coordinate start. First touch coordinate. It's a bit lengthy name, but it would be give you a clear picture. And also typecast it. It will return me the integer type. Secondly, this is my x coordinate, or this is my x coordinate of my first touch. Similarly, I have to take the y coordinates. So one thing to has to be kept in mind. So whenever I say width, I am talking about the x coordinate. When I say width, I am talking about the x coordinate, and when I say height, I am talking about y coordinate. So now I have to take the y coordinate of my first touch. So I'll say 40%, somewhere over here. I took x coordinate at somewhere over here, like 0.5, 50% of my width and 40% of my height. Okay, so again, let's typecast to variable. So it got typecast. This is my first touch x coordinate, source coordinate. Now I will take it in the destination coordinate. I just need to change the dimensions. I'm taking it somewhere over. This is the end coordinates. Just hold on, I will tell you what I'm doing. So what happened is, this is uh, this is my x and y coordinate of the first touch. I am taking it somewhere over here, dragging. It's a zoom concept, taking pointer from one location to the another location to my first touch. Sequentially, I perform the same thing for my second touch, taking the x and y coordinate somewhere over here and zooming it somewhere to some other location. Okay, so this is my first touch. Now, moving it to second touch. Again, I'll be doing the same thing. Just need to change the locate width from where I am taking the x and y coordinates. For x and coordinates for my second one, I am taking zero point 0.5 again and taking a height at 60% of my height, somewhere over here, somewhere zero point 0.5 over here, somewhere around 60% of my height over here. So this is my second touch x coordinate. Start one. Okay, so sequentially I am taking this second coordinate and zooming, taking to somewhere over here. So it would be the 90% of my height, and somewhere over here. So take it 0.9, 90% of your string. 0.9 and 0.9. Okay, second touch. Yeah, this is my second one. Okay, I'm done with my all my coordinates. What the next step is, now I'll create an object of touch class. Okay, so how I will do that? Call the keyword as new touch action and pass driver over here. So this is my touch one. Look, when I have to perform any action in for the touch, so I need to create an object of touch action, and inside this object I have to perform all the coordinate operations. So this is for touch 1, and sequentially I'll perform for touch 2 also, because I am performing two touch operations and taking it to some other location. Okay, so what I need to do is take first touch action reference variable dot. After that, what I do is when I touch over here, I'll to perform a long press and move to some other location. This is my task from point one. Okay, so call the reference variable touch one and call the method that is long press. Long press. Okay, under long press we have a class that point option. Point option. Okay, inside point option, what we need to do is we have a method dot point. Okay, so we have a method that is point that wants my x and y coordinates. So just provide the x and y coordinate. This is my x1, and similarly provide the y coordinates of my first touch. This is my source coordinate. After that, I want my script to wait, because sometimes what happens is my script tries to run a script and the application do not performs accordingly. So for that reason, I'm providing a wait option dot. Again, there is a method that is wait option, and there is a class that is duration. That duration dot of milli is milliseconds of millis. I provide 2000 milliseconds over there. Okay, I'm done now. Okay, not here. Now I have to move our coordinate to some other location. So I have created the coordinates over here, calling the same method point option dot point dot point. Now this would be the my end coordinates that I have already created over here. So call it. When you already define the coordinate, the things becomes very easy. We just need to copy paste our coordinates. So this action has been performed for touch 1. Similarly, the same action has to be performed for touch 2. Okay, things would be same, just need to change the reference variable as touch 2, and my source coordinate would be changed. This time this is the second touch, touch 2. Oh, so sorry, I named it as, this is the 1 and this is 2. Okay, so this is, I just need to change the coordinates. My start coordinates, x and y coordinates is this one for touch 2, and y coordinate is this one. Similarly, my second destination xy coordinate is this one, and y coordinate is this one. The things would be same. Okay, so now I have performed the touch action. I took a touch took a long press, waited, and moved to some other location. So these two tasks have been performed now. Now I have to perform these two tasks within a single application with multiple touch. So to perform multiple touch, we have a class that is multi-touch action. Multi-touch action. Okay. Inside a multi-touch action, I have to provide the driver variable. Okay. So inside a driver, after that name it as a multi, and inside a multi try to add click to add my touch one, my first driver, dot add touch two. Let me tell you what it does. First let me write the script. Okay, what generally does is it will call a multi-touch class, and what multi-touch class is that do we perform multiple touch action and add it to a single command. So we add our touch one, this action, and the reference of this variable, and this is very important method, that is perform. It perform coordinate all the methods and perform in a single instance. So this is very important. So the good thing is we are done with our scripting part. Let's run our script. Okay, to run our script, what I will do is first open your server because it ran now, and run our script. Okay, so my mobile has been casted now. You can able to see my mobile. Okay, it's running. So okay, so it got launched. You can see that application got launched, but here comes a pop-up window. This is the app is built is older one. Okay, so it's an older version and we have to handle this pop-up window, because to get over rid of it, so we have to click to OK button. Let's handle this one pop-up window and again run the script. Okay, so open your UI Automator. Okay, so over here inside the UI Automator, I had took the screenshot of this one, and these are all the attribute along its value. So there are multiple attributes you can take it and handle this. I'm taking the text one. So okay, so I have to handle this one after the launch of this application. Okay, so let's after the launch of application, let's wait the script for almost 3 seconds. Okay, let's wait the script for 3 seconds, and after that handle your pop-up window. And how will I handle my pop-up window? Is quite easy. I have to call a driver class dot find element. I'm using mobile class, mobile by. Okay, dot Android UI automator. Inside this one, what I will do is I'll create an object of UI selector, UI selector. Okay, and after that I will call text attribute, and text attribute has the value as okay. Okay, so this is my XPath. So there is some error, I guess. Let me check. Selected dot text. Okay, so is extra? No, no, it's okay. Okay, so it's an Android element. It's an Android element. Name it as OK button. Dot click. And after the click, wait your script for 3 seconds. Okay, so now over here I have handled the OK scenario. As you see that as you see that this OK pop-up has came uncertainly. Just to handle this one, I click to OK button from our script. Okay, see, we are done now. Let's try to run the Appium server again. Okay, I'm trying to run my script again. Okay, open your mobile device. Yeah, this is my mobile device, and script would launch successfully this time, I guess. So it may happen like sometimes you open your application and you come up with certain scenarios, unexpected pop-up. So this got, you see, it got handled somehow. It clicked to OK button. Okay, after that you can see that two touch has been performed from this location to this. These two touches are being performed. Okay, it got two touch. It got successfully executed. So this is what the scenario was. So we have successfully executed our script, and let's check the logs. Okay, so logs are successful. We are able to achieve all the tasks successfully now. Okay, so you can see that it got a long press. After that, it waited for seconds. After it got to this initial coordinate, and after that moved to this coordinate. Okay, again for the second touch, this is my initial coordinate and moved it to this coordinate. So it got performed successfully. Yeah, responding long. So we have a successful response. We are done with our scenario. So this is all the tutorial for today session. So if you like my video, try to click to subscribe button, like my video, and try to forward as much as you can do that. Thank you. You can see my if you want the code of this scenario, you can go to on my website code2test.com, and here I have put it Appium Zoom and multi-touch Android. So I put my code, all the code over here, so you can grab the code here itself. Thanks thanks for watching my video, and please do subscribe my channel and like my video. Thank you. Thanks a lot.